Welcome, Kartel members. Thanks for joining me. My name is Julio Jaques. I am the theorizing theorist, Capitan of an all-American cartel, LLC. Also, Capitan of this here Kappy'S cartel for the time being. Please be sure to subscribe to all the channels. We have a special guest lined up today for you guys. His name is Thomas Schoenberger. Now, he was accused of killing Isaac Kappy with mind games and all kinds of weird stuff, and people actually bought it. Now, I didn't, but I actually went head-to-head with him because I thought maybe he had something to do with it. Not like that, but in a different regard. But boy, was I off. So we're going to let you get right to him. Thanks to everybody for the donations. Check the description below for the Cash App, I think. My Cash App is pretty much a cash symbol with Kartel member after it, all in caps. So if you feel it in your heart to donate, please. If you can donate, please. If you can't donate, don't worry about it. Just subscribe, share, like this video. And I think that's all I got for you guys. Enjoy this video that Thomas Schoenberger has prepared for you guys. So it seems. I don't know. I saw it and I feel like obviously it's kind of aimed at us, so maybe I should share it with you guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is big stuff for some people. Some people don't know who he is. Just Google the name Thomas Schoenberger and look up Sophie's music while you're at it. And as always, to God be the glory.
Good evening, everybody. So it appears that the Isaac Kappy story is alive and well. The internet has exploded with renewed interest in the mysterious and sudden demise of musician and actor Isaac Benjamin Kappy, who died on May 13th, 2019. I've had some people recently accuse me of being behind the reemergence of interest in this mysterious death of Isaac. I deny these allegations, but I fully support independent eyes focusing on the circumstances surrounding Isaac Kappy's death. There have been all sorts of urban myth elements, distractions, distortions, illusions, and when one person inspects a story closely, they can arrive at a conclusion, but if thousands inspect the same story, they can arrive at the truth. And truth these days is bandaged up like a mummy, and myth is everywhere. And I'm speaking about myth in the traditional sense, a story that's handed down and told and retold that usually centers around the origin of things within the world. As a child, I read Bulfinch's Greek mythology, and I understood that the Greek myth always had their gods conceived in the image of man. There always seems to be the fundamental elements of a primordial conflict which shapes the world that we're in. And in the case of the ancient Greeks, it was the Olympians and the Titans who were operating in a Discordian world, a cosmic war that was recounted in an ancient epic called Titomachia. In many ways, it seems that we're returning to the mytho-poetic world and leaving the metaphysical era behind, which accounts for the countless corpses of myths that we see on the battlefield. But for those of you who are disciplined in Plato, you can understand that he incorporated myth as a resource and as a citation, and he would tailor myth to suit his particular narrative. He would also at times disparage myth. Now, if you delve into the meta levels of being, and I'm talking continental philosophy as understood through the higher logic type theory of Russell and Spinoza, then you can start to view myth as a handbook that allows you to interpret data from a mythical perspective and then dissect it using your repository of wisdom. If one is to apply this to the death of Isaac Kappy, you will realize that it's a fantasy to believe that the man simply committed suicide. He must have been forced or he was murdered. Every indication points in that direction. And now, I told you guys this was going to get huge. Look at Sean Atwood and look at Lynn Wood and Patrick Berge and others. Social media influencers are suddenly realizing the huge international implications of Isaac Kappy's death. And I told you guys repeatedly over a year ago, Isaac Kappy was going to be world famous in death, even as he was not particularly famous in life. And my personal belief is that Isaac Kappy was a very good person. My dealings with him were not prolific. We spoke perhaps a dozen times. But he was always very kind and he loved music. He was a talented musician. So I've mentioned Sean Atwood. There's people like Julio over at an All-American Kartel, who's now doing an in-depth investigation into Kappy's death. And I hope you guys will consider sending some support to Julio, make a donation or two, because I think he's serious about the investigation, and I think he's, personally been through the grind, being accused just like me. And, as I said before, I was the prima facie pre-selected scapegoat, and I'm not going to lie to you, the road has not always been easy, but I believe in honesty and in truth. And in this world, more people die from obesity than starvation. And we've got more to fear from 3 hostile social media platforms than we do from all the armies on this planet. So let's see some justice for Isaac Kappy. And thanks once again for all the kind comments on my music. Sophia Music is back, and it's growing, and it's got new people joining the party. So I really appreciate this. I'm grateful, and all is good. All is good, and God is great.